So one of the things that's really important, especially we're talking about the transition from single family to multifamily, is reputation. So, for example, in single family, it's very high number of transactions. It's very common to cancel contracts when you don't find anything in due diligence. But that is not the case in multifamily. In fact, everything really hinges on the relationship with brokers, and it's anything that you do. But talk about why reputation is so important in multifamily.
Reputation is so important because that's the one way that you can differentiate yourself from a lot of other groups out there. And so when we wanted to enter like a new market like Atlanta that we're in, it took about a year to get in with the brokers and start to build those relationships. And now I have to maintain those relationships and then actually deepen the relationships. And the only one of the main ways that we can do that is through our reputation. We had to figure out a way, hey, how can we have the best reputation in the market? What are some things we can do to enhance that reputation, stand out? Well, one of the ways that we decided to do that was to actually close deals quicker than most groups. And so now we have to say, hey, we're going to close this deal faster. And then we have to actually do it every time. So obviously you have to make sure that you can meet the expectations you set on your reputation. But things like that are really what allow us to win deals over other groups.
Well, it's just really important that you do what you say you're going to do in general. In fact, it was one of our core values is you do what you say you're going to do. If you're going to say you're going to get back with feedback on a deal to a broker, then get back by whatever time you tell them that broker. It's just very, very simple. If we say we're going to close the deal in 45 days, we're going to close the deal in 45 days. And that's how you build reputational capital with these things. And it's important in many ways. Number one is these brokers give you access to off-market deals, number one. But even in a competitive scenario like we were in just this last deal, the relationship with a broker is absolutely critical because the broker is going to advise the owner. And they advised the owner to go with us because we had literally closed another deal in 45 days with the same broker. And even though another party offered $1.2 million more, the listing agent is pivotal to it, advising. Therefore, no, regardless of what you do, you have to build relationships and you have to prove to them that you can be trusted.
You're competing in a marketplace where there's people that are bigger than you and they have more money. I call them gorillas, and I know when they're in the deal against me. And so we have to figure out ways to differentiate ourselves from them with our reputation. Now, we just had a situation where there were 42 groups in this deal offering. Then they were down to 3. We were one of the last 3 people in the deal. Now they ended up, it ended up going to crazy terms where we had $2 million worth of earnest money and $1 million hard day one. That was what those 2 groups were doing. They were both neck and neck. So we came in and did this exact same thing. Now we have 3 groups, 2 gorillas and us all competing, and they selected us because our reputation is flawless. Every time we've done exactly what we said we're going to do, and we become the group that's the easiest to work with. That's our MO. So one part of that is if we find something during due diligence that maybe shouldn't be there, or it costs a little bit of extra money, we've already built into the deal a certain amount of CapEx to cover ourselves because it's more advantageous for us to let it go than try to retrade on it in the deal. That's part of your reputation. Now, the next deal, you're known as the easiest buyer ever because, oh, you found a huge issue. You let it go, and you'll probably do the same thing here. So a lot of ways that this has worked in our favor, and just some tips for you guys on how you can enhance your reputation in the market.